There is not much better than a good, sweet, juicy, ripe peach. What's up everyone? Welcome back to another full day of eating. So I'm starting my day with some peaches and some lemon water. And peaches are my absolute favorite fruit. And they're only ripe for such a short period of time. That's why this is one of my favorite times of year. And on top of that, there's so much good ripe food right now. So that's why this is gonna be such an amazing full day of eating. So you guys know the idea with these videos by now. I just show you what I eat on my plant-based diet to fuel my active vegan lifestyle. So I'll show you my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner, and then any other snacks or like pre-workout meals like this to give you some perspective what it looks like, you know, to eat a fully plant-based diet. So I love starting my days with a little bit of fruit. I just find it to be like so easy on the digestion, and it's always really delicious first thing in the morning, and it's nice and hydrating, which is always important, you know, after we've been sleeping for so long and not drinking or eating anything. We want to make sure we hydrate as well, which is why I also have some lemon water. So I'm fueling up for a workout right now, but first I'm gonna head outside and I've got to do a little bit of stretching. I've been trying to do this in the morning most days, and it's been making me feel a lot better. And especially my elbows. If you guys remember, I've been having some problems with like tightness and soreness around my elbows, and just doing some really simple stretching and, you know, taking care of them has actually really helped. And I'm also gonna make these handle extensions for this machine at the gym. Oh my God, no, hold on.
Okay, much safer.
So there's one machine at the gym that I think could be a little bit better just with this simple modification. So I'm gonna try this and bring it there today and see how it is. All right, so I made these for this rear delt fly machine. Let me show you why. I noticed when I get on it and I go to do the rear delt flies, when you get the tension on the handles, look how far apart my hands are. So you're losing so much, you know, of that range of motion. I'd want to start like right here and get tension on that muscle here, but instead you kind of have to wait till it gets here. And then it's really not a huge range of motion when you're doing these rear flies. So if you have to stop, right there, there's so much more. So hopefully these slide on over top. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that precision engineering. Look at that. Man, when you're good, when you're good. I mean, you guys saw how precision I was when I was cutting this, right? Like.
Nice.
Okay. All right, let's see how it feels. It's so good already. I have to put it heavier. Oh my God, what a dream. Okay. And I always stand when I use this. I know it looks kind of funny, but I find just like standing, I'm way more engaged and I kind of lean into it a bit. Here we go. Oh, it's so good. And the hands come right together. Oh my gosh, it's so good. You gotta try it, jump on it.
Oh, it's so much nicer.
Yeah, isn't it? Good mod.
Perfect, yeah.
Heck yeah.
You're so smart.
So you gotta customize things. If it doesn't work, make it work. This hits that rear delt so much. If you want to grow your shoulders, everyone thinks you got to grow, you know, like the outer delt, and of course that'll give you the look from the front, but from the side, you gotta build up that rear delt to get those beastly boulder shoulders. Yeah. All right, I'm about done here. Let's head home, get some food. Whew. All right, so back from the workout, and I'm gonna make myself a nice post-workout fruit and berry smoothie. I just can't beat this for all the good stuff that I cram in there and how much I enjoy it and how amazing it makes me feel. Yeah, just like nothing beats it. However, I am out of protein powder, so I'm gonna have to get a little bit creative with this one to bump up the protein content, but I've got some ideas. So I'll start with 3 nice and ripe bananas, a couple medjool dates, and then some frozen berries. I've got some frozen blueberries and raspberries, a handful of spinach, and then for some omega-3s and obviously to bump the protein up as well, I'm gonna be using a whole bunch of hemp seeds in this. And then this is definitely not a usual addition for me. I have no idea how this is gonna work out, but I'm gonna add some shelled edamame beans. These are frozen, but they're previously cooked, so it's not like they're totally raw. And that'll definitely add a few grams of protein. And then a scoop of creatine. So you definitely wanna make sure wherever you're getting your creatine from that they third-party test for heavy metals and other contaminants, and Vivo Life definitely does. That's why I'm an ambassador of theirs, and that's why I love their products. Link down below in the description box if you guys wanna check out their whole line. And then I usually just do water, but yeah, again, to bump the protein up in this one, I'm gonna add a bit of soy milk. Soy on soy. Some people are triggered right now, I'm sure. All right, let's blend this up, see if I can taste the edamame. All right, let's see how this tastes. Cheers. It's good. You can't taste the edamame at all. And everything just like blends together so nicely with that fruit and the banana and the dates. Dang, I love this. All right, so I'm gonna go and sit down and finish this, and I'm excited to hang out with you guys for the rest of the day because the next meal I'm gonna make for lunch is gonna be so good. My favorite kind of meal. And then for dinner, I've got an awesome idea as well. We're actually gonna go meet my mom. You guys are gonna meet her too, and we're gonna go do some fun stuff at the beach. It's gonna be awesome. Bring you guys along. Oh my gosh, she's up the tree.
Yeah, but it's okay, because this is a pretty easy tree for her to climb. She's very safe. She's safe.
So this is like her favorite thing, and this is why we have to keep her like on supervised visits outside, because she just climbs any tree, and there's some really tall trees around here, but this one is safe for her to climb up because it's only so tall. She can't get that high. She really likes it though. All right, so just before I head back inside to make some lunch, I want to show you guys this situation that's happening with my tomatoes, and I'd never had this happen before, so I had to look it up to see what was going on, but I figured out the issue. So the other day I noticed that we had our first red tomato in the garden, and I picked it and I noticed that it had a little brown spot on the bottom, just like this. And I thought, oh, that's weird, but they are like, you know, kind of a weird variety of tomato. I thought maybe that's normal. And then I picked the next one and it had this on the bottom. Like, check that out. Just this really weird, it's like a, almost feels like cardboard, little circle in the bottom. So I thought that is kind of a weird coincidence. And then I noticed this one, same mark on the bottom. So I looked it up, and it turns out it's not that uncommon, and it's actually called bloom rot. And it's because of a lack of calcium being able to get to the fruits. So one of the most common causes is not actually deficiency of calcium in the soil. That's usually not one of the reasons for it. It's actually lack of watering. It can be because of like an excess of other minerals that's in the soil. And I think some sort of like fungi and like different, you know, problems with the roots can cause this as well. But I think what it's from here is definitely lack of watering. I just have not been paying enough attention to this garden this year. But next year is gonna be different. Anyways, I think they're probably still good to eat. I can't see why they wouldn't be. I'll just like cut off the parts that are no good, check the inside, and if it's good to go, it's good with me. All right, let's get in, make some lunch. All right, so for lunch, I'm gonna make myself like a nice, bright, colorful, fresh Nourish bowl. Some people call it like a Buddha bowl. I think I've seen it called like a macrobiotic bowl. I don't really even know what that means. Definitely gonna have all the macros in there, but anyways, it's gonna be delicious. So I started already by cooking up some nice French lentils. These are my favorite lentils because they keep their shape a lot better than other lentils. So they're really good for, you know, putting on top of salads and stuff like that, but I just love the taste. They're nice and peppery, but I did actually add some seasoning to this. So when it was cooking, I decided to add some garlic powder, some onion powder, some cumin, and some black pepper. That's definitely a nice, you know, variety of spices that you can put on just about anything like this, and it'll help it taste better. But before I put the bowl together and show you guys how to make that dressing, I better chop up some food to go in there. So this will actually be my first time that I can remember trying kohlrabi. I don't think I've ever had it before, and I ordered a box from a local farm, and I decided, well, I better try it out. And it seems like most people have it raw. So it just kind of looks like a potato. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, it's good. I'm actually quite surprised. It's kind of like, it reminds me of jicama, but a little bit sweeter. It's good. Dang. Where you been all my life, kohlrabi? Some bell pepper. This cucumber is actually from that same farm the kohlrabi was from, and the skin is so thin and like tender. This is one of the best cucumbers I've ever had. Oh yes. So I'm also gonna chop up some of this smoked tofu to have with it. If you guys have never tried like real smoked tofu, you've got to get your hands on some because it is like a spiritual experience eating it. It's so good. So I don't think I have to chop that much more. I think that's probably it, because I've got a bunch of sprouts that I'm gonna put on there. These like seaweed snacks, got some hummus, then we've got those lentils, gotta make that dressing. So yeah, I'm just gonna start building the bowl. And I know I always remind you guys this and tell you, but make extra when you're making something like these lentils. Like, I'm obviously not gonna eat all these right now, but I'll just fire this in the fridge, and then I've got, you know, the base for many meals to come. So these are sunflower sprouts or sunflower microgreens. They are so good. They taste a lot like sunflower seeds, but obviously not like as dry and hard to chew. A bunch of sauerkraut. Make sure you get it raw and unpasteurized if you want all the benefits. And then I've got this beautiful heirloom tomato from that organic farm. So I'm gonna chop some of this up on there. So I can't forget these seaweed strips. These are such a good addition to this. Seaweed, as you guys know, is like really high in different minerals, especially iodine. It's the kind of unique one that you get from that. And then the last thing I'm gonna put on there before I make the sauce is this turmeric masala lentil hummus. This stuff is so good. All right, so this bowl is looking beautiful, but obviously a little dry. It definitely needs some sauce. All right, so you will need a blender to make this green goddess dressing. And like I said, this isn't like, you know, an exact recipe, but this is just kind of a quick take on it. So most of the time they use Greek yogurt as the base, but we know that ain't vegan. So I just soaked some cashews in warm water for probably about an hour or so. So I'm just gonna discard this water. You could probably use it because I'm gonna be putting a little bit of water in here, but I'm just gonna get rid of this and use fresh water. So it's gotta be close to like a third of a cup, maybe a quarter of a cup of cashews. And next you want lots of herbs, or herbs as many of you call it, if you're in the UK probably. So this is parsley. I kind of prefer flat leaf parsley for this, but it doesn't really matter. Curly leaf will work. So a handful of that. And then a handful of fresh basil. Basil? Why does everything have so many pronunciations? Some fresh garlic. And next, some lemon. So I'm gonna use both the juice of the lemon and also a bit of the peel. So if you use the peel, it's where a lot of the lemony flavor comes from. So you want a really sharp knife and you wanna just take off just the yellow part. You want to try and avoid getting too much of like the white part because it'll be a little bit bitter. Oh yeah, and you probably want to use organic lemons if you're going to be using the peel. Just make sure you wash them really well. And then if you don't have a pretty good blender, you probably want to chop it up a little bit because some blenders might have a tough time getting through the, you know, the tough peel. This is supposed to be like a really sharp, really fresh dressing, so definitely don't skimp on the lemon juice. I'm gonna use, this is pretty much 3/4 of a lemon. And then I am gonna hit it with a little garlic and onion powder. You definitely don't have to do this, but I just like how it kind of rounds out the flavor. And then just some salt and some pepper. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit in now, and then I'll taste it. You can always add more after. And then just a little splash of water. Remember, not too much water in the beginning. You can always add more, but you cannot take it away from the dressing. So look at that. I didn't take my advice and I added too much water. Damn. All right, let me taste it at least. Ooh, the flavor's good. It's just too watery. What was I thinking? All right, I'm gonna see if this doesn't thicken it up. So I've got about, I don't know, just a little slice of avocado. See, not everything that I make always works out, but you gotta be able to think on the fly and be able to fix stuff like this. I think this is gonna work. Please. Oh, boom. Perfect. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can tell, but yeah, it's definitely a lot thicker now. Let's make sure it still tastes good. On some days, I'd probably add more salt to this, but I think for this one, I'm just gonna keep it as is. It's pretty dang good. So the bowl looks beautiful, but I feel like it's missing one thing. A little hot sauce. There we go. Wow. Man, I get so carried away. I keep thinking of stuff I could add to this. I'm like, well, maybe like, you know, some seaweed flakes on top, a little hemp seed, but no, this is good enough. There's so much going on here. So I don't even know how I'm gonna taste test this for you guys. There's so many different flavors. So I'll just give a little bit of the stuff here in the middle a mix with the lentils and the masala, a bit of the green goddess. Whoa. Okay. Okay. My taste buds were a little confused there for a second with the masala hummus and the green goddess dressing, but it's actually really good together. Man, I love this. This is like as good as food gets to me. Good quality ingredients. A lot of it's in season, local, and then, you know, some delicious dressings and sauces and other things with it. Some sauerkraut. Man, I'm in heaven. All right, so I'm gonna go sit down and relax and eat this, and then I've got to get ready because, like I said, we're going on an adventure this afternoon. We got to get some food ready. I got to get myself ready. Crystal's probably getting all the other stuff ready because she's so good at that, getting, you know, towels, bathing suits, all that packed. But yeah, we'll bring you guys along. Should be fun. I'm excited for this evening. And don't worry, I made a bowl for Crystal too. I do not let her starve. How is it, Mom? Firm enough for you?
Very good.
So we got Mom out here with us. This is Mama Simnett Nutrition. I don't think you've been on the channel before, Mom.
I don't think so.
Oh, this is her debut right now. So we're gonna get our paddle boards, and Mom's gonna come out in her inner tube. And she's recently got herself a paddle because she was always just floating around in this thing and just going wherever the tide took her. But not anymore. Mom's in control now. All right, so we just got outfitted with our life jackets, our paddle. Crystal, how are you feeling?
I'm nervous. I don't want to fall in, but we'll see.
Yeah, Crystal is not a big fan of the ocean. I'm sure if you guys have been subscribed to the channel for a little while, you'll know that. But she's gonna try it out. I think ittle be fun.
I think so too.
All right, well, I better grab the GoPro, put this camera away, and we'll get out there. Yeah, I think I'm that far now.
Oh, no problems, no problem.
Mom's spinning. All right, Crystal, hop on. Nice. Wow, look at you, you're so pro. Should you try to get up?
Oh man, I'm like really comfortable right now. oh.
Hey, there you go. Remember, stay loose, is what he said. All right, what do you think, Crystal? Is it hard?
I feel like I'm gonna fall.
No, you're doing good. Crystal rips on this thing. Wow, it is nice out here. This is a beautiful beach. So I'm sure some of you are wondering, this is the Pacific Ocean that we're on. It's pretty calm though, because we're kind of like in between a bunch of islands here, so it doesn't get a ton of waves.
How cool would it be if this side had a flipper so you could just be like, whoop.
Like a kayak?
Exactly. Exactly like a kayak.
I think anyone ever does push-ups on it? Think I can?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh no, she lost her paddle. Oh man. All right, should we head back and find Mom? We kind of just like left her on her little dinghy. Oh yeah, she's floating over there. All right, let's get back and we'll eat some food. Oh, I think I might bash into you, Mom, sorry. Oh, there you go. All right, so we're all settled down now. I got the food out. We've got Crystal and Mom here with us, so we're all ready to eat. Let me show you guys what we have here. All right, so I just made a huge salad for us. And then I've also got some burritos. That small one is yours, Mom.
One here?
Yeah, the small one, yeah. Nice.
Small.
I know, I knew you were gonna say that. I knew Mom was gonna say that. I said, I'm gonna make Mom the smallest burrito I can, and she's still gonna say, this is massive. This is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I can't remember which, they're both about the same.
Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And then we'll get some salad going, hold on. Mom, did you see the flour? Look how mature and like adult I am.
Oh my
I put a flour in the
goodness.
salad. She didn't even notice.
Everything smells so
You get it.
good.
Mom gets the flour.
I get the flour.
All right, yeah, check out this salad. Check out this salad, and then, oh my God, the burritos. Oh wow, it worked.
Yummy.
So, let me show you guys how I made this stuff, and then we'll come back here and we'll taste it, let you know how it is. And I almost forgot I have a dressing for the salad too, so better show you how to make that. All right, so to make these wraps, I've got my tortilla or my flatbread, some hummus, and then this is some rice and quinoa that I cooked the other day using this taco seasoning for some flavoring. And then I've got some mixed beans here that we cooked the other day in the Instant Pot. They're just plain. And some orange bell pepper, salsa. I'm also gonna throw in just a little bit of this broccoli crumble. This stuff's really good. Some green onion. I always do this, I always make them too big and then I can't close it, but I think I'll be able to close this one up. And then this is something I don't usually have. These are cilantro microgreens. If you're a cilantro fan, you have to try these. They're so good. Some avocado, and then of course some tomato as well. Okay, that's it. I can't fit anything else in here. All right, and there we have it. All right, so check out this little hack. In order to kind of get them to stay closed better, what you can do is just sort of like stand them up on end and then just like sear the ends. And then they turn out like that and they stay closed. All All right, so to make the salad, I'm gonna start with a bunch of mixed greens. This is actually from a local organic farm. So it's just up the road from here. I think I need a bigger bowl. Nice, that's better. And they sometimes put these little edible flowers in with the mixed greens, so I'm gonna leave that out and I'm gonna put it right on the top. Impress my mom. Purple cabbage, red onion, cucumber, some bell pepper. Check out this, bell pepper has like every color of bell pepper on it. Orange, red, yellow, green. Some radish. Ooh, it's looking so colorful, look at that. And I'm also gonna chop up a couple of medjool dates to put on this salad. So I don't know if you've ever tried medjool dates on salad, but if you haven't, definitely try it. You wanna chop them up pretty small. The problem is they all like end up, you know, all the pieces end up sticking together, so you kinda have to kind of throw them in like this as you chop it. Because if you just chop up the whole thing, it just turns into kind of that, and then it's really hard to deal with. And when you have a bunch of like crispy, sort of spicy, bitterish vegetables like this, it is such a nice contrast. And then the last thing I'm gonna throw on here is some chopped up tamari almonds and some pumpkin seeds. And then for the dressing, I'm just gonna make my classic tahini dressing. Everybody likes it, it's so good, so easy, you just can't beat it, so might as well. So I start with a little bit of water and then add some tahini. It's usually about 2 parts tahini to 1 part water or so. And then we just wanna add something sweet, something salt, something tangy, and then some seasonings to make it taste good, and we've got it. So here we go. Maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, some brown mustard. This helps the fats and the water to emulsify, to like kind of stay mixed together. Some garlic powder, some onion powder, some black pepper, and then just some salt. So for that, I'm using this spicy Herbamere sea salt. And I know I always tell you guys this, but you want to taste it before you pour it on your food or pack it up for the picnic, because you don't want to get there and have a, you know, bunk dressing. Yeah, perfect. Oh my gosh, Mom, salad for a week. We gotta get you all the good stuff on there, because there's some very, very special things in this salad. Alrighty, so, alright, dig in everybody.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna get into this burrito.
Oh, man.
How is it?
I'm loving the salad.
You loving the salad, the dressing?
It's good.
Nice. And Mom?
Very nice.
Nice. Crystal, what do you think of the burrito? Have a bite and let us know. The people are dying to know. The Simnett nutrition community needs to know how this burrito is from you.
Very good.
So good. Just, okay, take a bite.
I love the sprouts in it.
They're good,
They
hey?
bring like interesting different like flavor.
Yeah, they're microgreens actually. They're not really sprouts.
No, it's really good. Salsa's really good. Is those the leftover beans?
Those are the leftover beans, yep.
Wow, look at you.
I know. All right, so I think we're probably just gonna enjoy the rest of our food. Hey, Mom, thanks for being in the vlog and saying hi.
You.
Say hi to everybody.
Ooh, delicious. Hi, everybody.
And yeah, if you guys like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more and you're not subscribed yet, definitely subscribe. And comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the day, what you thought of the meals. And if you make them, tag me on Instagram at Simnett Nutrition. We'll see you soon with another video. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So after we got home, I decided I wanted a little snack. So I decided to make one of my favorite snacks ever. I'm sure you guys know this one, but it's such a good combo. So just some sliced apple. This is a Honeycrisp apple. These are so good at this time of year. Some good natural peanut butter, and then a sprinkle of cinnamon on the apple. And there you go. Got yourself a nice late night snack. Or any time of day, really. Anyways, that's it for me. Thanks again for watching. See you guys soon with another one. Bye-bye.